When do we talk about the fucking shows and movies? Thanks for the F shot.
I don't know, but these arms are feeling chewed up.
Show me what you got.
We'll drink it if you say. Pow, biff, snicked, thwip. We're talking more Marvel today here on Wasted Opinions. You might have known, like, I don't know, back in, I'm going to just throw the number, episode 16, we did the Avengers draft. Probably wrong. I don't know which episode that was.
I think it was 15, actually.
But yeah.
I think we did it here, right?
Yeah, we did it at that location down there. We did an Avengers draft, and it was pretty fun. I think we had some great moments there. So I thought, let's do it again.
Son of a bitch!
Let's flip the script.
Yeah, flip the script. Villains only. Marvel villains only draft is what we're doing today. We're going to put together a team of who we think is going to be some of our favorite characters.
The Joker. No?
Spawn.
You guys don't want the Joker. Okay.
What's his ability?
What are his abilities?
He's just crazy. Craziness is his ability. Why do we have abilities? We're doing ability draft here.
I know.
Okay, all right, okay. Here we go.
But yeah, with me today, I have a man who believes in rock and roll, that music will save his mortal soul, in the red shirt.
Oh, that's me? That's me, MussKeg.
Yeah. And in the, I guess that's a navy blue.
Flash.
Blue. Yeah. He's a lonely teenage Bronco buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck.
I'm CountryBoy.
American Pie Man, yeah.
And I sing Dirges in the Dark, the day the music died. I'm LewisLightning.
Nice. He gets the best one. But that makes sense. He put the effort in.
Yeah. So, as we are known to do, we're going to start episode with a shot.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
So, as you obviously have noticed, we are doing this one remote. We're all doing this on Discord. So to determine who goes first, we're going to just cards. We're going to cut a deck. MussKeg got a deck there.
Highest number goes first. Middle number goes last. No, I'm just kidding. Middle number goes second and back. You love our snake orders.
So, we'll go, draw for CountryBoy first.
Sure. Okay. I was gonna go age, but that's fine.
The youngest to oldest then.
Sure. We'll go ugliest to beautifulest. I'm just kidding. Okay, John. Here is your NHL Hockey Aces 1997-1998 bicycle.
Can I see the cards? Can you hold on a little?
I'm gonna flip it.
Queen. So that's a 12. Okay.
John Van Beesbrook. That's a queen.
I'll take a queen. Sounds good.
Queen of Diamonds. That's your nickname to us too. All right, now
Lou.
Lou.
Queen of Hearts. No?
I should have asked actually. I picked this from the top. Lou, do you want from the top? Do you want from the middle? Where do you want?
I want.
I'll go like this. Tell me when to stop. Okay.
Okay.
Or
go that way. Go. Stop. That's where you stop.
As he stopped for 30 seconds first.
Oh, he's gonna be at the end.
Here.
It's gonna be at the
I
end.
want
All
it
right.
to be like a little bit past midway, but yeah.
A little bit. You want me to go a little past what I did there?
Yeah. No, that's good. Where you were at was fine.
Okay. Here we go.
Cha-cha-cha!
Eric Lindros.
Jack?
Oh, I like
7.
I like him. Not a great number, but I like him.
Russian King. All right.
He should have been.
And-
He should have been 88.
It was 88.
And up
Right. Yeah, card number 88.
Hard
All
number
right,
8.
up there. And this is mine. Upside down.
Oh.
2. Okay, so I guess
Who's
pick
that?
last.
Yuri Letnin.
Well, at least it was clear who's going first, second, and third.
I really didn't want to go last on this one. I really
It's the
wanted
order
first
we
and
pulled, I
second.
guess. So it makes
All right,
sense.
well, I'm screwed. All right.
Okay. Where's my list here? Let's do this. Oof. Nervous now. I want to make sure I pick a good one right off the hop. I don't want to waste one. So I think this guy has been seen as one of the big bads in the Marvel universe. Maybe not like a Thanos level big bad, but a regular. Every once in a while he pops up. He's a big bad, and he's the big bad for the Fantastic Four. Doctor Doom, not Mr. Doom. He's got his doctorate. So Doctor Doom.
He was
is my first
consistently
pick.
on the list that I consulted, pretty up there.
Yeah.
What
I
are
had to
his
take him.
powers? Lightning? He shoots lightning from his fingertips. He's like, yeah. He's like Darth Sidious.
He's got all sorts of powers.
He
You don't
does.
even know.
He's
Got a smart mind and lightning.
He is intelligent too, which is another thing. And he's like the king of whatever fucking
Latveria.
country he.
Why does he have a robot?
Latveria. Yeah.
Why does he got a metal face?
So
What's that?
he's-
What's that about?
He's magic and tech. First of all, that's his powers. He's pretty much as smart as Tony Stark, but he's also pretty much as powerful as Doctor Strange. I would think he's closer in intelligence to Stark than he is to Strange at magic, but he's good at both nonetheless. But his face got like burnt or like partially destroyed in an accident thanks to Reed Richards. That's why he hates his fucking guts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who's smarter,
so.
Reed Richards or Tony Stark?
Reed Richards.
I think Reed Richards is one of the smartest in the whole MCU, isn't he?
If
That's
not
what
the
I
smartest.
thought.
If not the smartest, yeah. Yeah.
Who is your favorite Doctor Doom portrayer in the movies so far?
Oh, there's only two really.
Yeah, I
Who
mean,
was the second one? I can't remember who the second.
I
one.
don't know what his name is, but he wasn't the problem with that movie. He did okay. It just that movie is just bad on its own.
I think
I
it's a
wouldn't
good
even-
pick. I like his powers. I like his look. I think he's cool. You know, he's pretty good. Yeah, good pick.
Yeah.
I like his narcissism. That's my thing.
Did you are you keeping track, Lou? Like you said, because Lou made a good point. We never remember our order, so he's.
Oh,
True.
Well, I was going to write down my own, but I guess I could write down everyone else's now too.
If you write down everybody else's, that'd be great for you.
I've already forgotten who I took, so you better. write it down.
First
Pick
pick,
Dr. Poon.
Dr. D. Gotcha.
All right.
All right, Lou.
You know what? I don't. Fuck it. You know what? I'm going to pick someone who's not really as powerful, but I know you guys will like him. I'm going to pick Mysterio. Mysterio.
Ooh.
Nice. I had him on my list,
Mysterious.
but not that high.
Booyaka, booyaka, 619.
He's got a very cool look, right?
Yeah, exactly.
One of the coolest looks you can get.
Luchador mask and everything. Fuck,
Good
he's
look,
awesome.
and like his powers, like he's really just an everyday guy. He's just using like tech and misdirection and all this other shit
Yeah.
to throw you off, which
Yeah.
he uses
You know what?
surprisingly effectively.
I'm not looking at this as the most powerful, so I
Oh, yeah,
like
no,
that
me
pick.
neither.
I like
for
that
sure.
pick. I think he's got a cool look. He's got cool abilities. The movies showed that you can pull him off in a way.
Exactly.
I was missing the cubes that he would throw out that he always had in the comics, but
Yeah, yeah.
um,
In the show. In
the next time you see him, he'll use AI for
Yeah.
everything. That's what he's gonna
Yeah.
be. But yeah,
I
I think that's a cool pick.
I think
yeah.
they did him really
What
well
else did I
in
put
Far
on?
From Home. That was really a well portrayal. Like for the first time we
So
see him on screen.
his globe, his fish globe. Is there a general consensus that you can't see through because it's like a mirror finish, or is it because there's stuff inside, like smoke?
I think he can change it depending on what he wants. Like
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he can make it see through if he really wanted to.
Because I
But-
know you're a big fan of him, John. I know that too. So
Yeah.
I was curious if there was a consensus or not.
I don't know if
I
it's
don't know.
consensus.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like sunglasses where you can see out but you can't see in. Like they're
That's kind of how I see it too.
Like a
'cause
two-way
otherwise
mirror sort of
we're talking- He's got dry ice going up all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, good pick. And I'm very happy about that pick because it allows me to get the guy that I would have taken first overall if I had the opportunity. I think this character has as a villain the very best. How do I want to put this? Like,
Penis.
you understand why he's doing what he's doing. You get it. It's just his methods don't work with what you're doing. It's Magneto.
Okay.
Magneto is my favorite villain. I love his
Yeah.
look. You know, the cape, the purple, the red. It's so cool. The helmet that's so unique. And the
Yeah.
fact the movie gave you a reason to why he had such a weird looking helmet when they did it. I don't
Yeah.
know if it was ever in the comics as like canon that it was designed by Professor X so that he could
You
do it,
can
but-
go into his mind, sort of.
I don't know, but you know, and the relationship with Professor X, I love Magneto. And sometimes he's a villain that sometimes can almost be a good guy,
Yeah.
which I really
Well,
like about him.
Yes.
He has definitely been a good guy. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And
I
maybe,
love-
maybe to your point, to that point, maybe that's why he's not the best pick. But I really like him. I just really, really like him.
So far in the movies, he's been depicted well. Like, I love both actors that have played him.
Yeah.
Like Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender. I love both depictions and every movie
Whose
that he's in.
depiction did you like more? Forget the movie.
Michael
aside.
Fassbender. I think
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
raw.
He has the angst, right? He has
Yeah.
the. Yeah.
I think I like Fassbender more as well, but only because in the comics even as an old man, Magneto was still like really agile and he fights and stuff. Whereas McKellen was not going to be that.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
I also liked him in the cartoon that I grew up on, the X-Men cartoon. I thought they did a great job of him in that one as well. So, So, anyways, Magneto, which is cool because I can go back and
definitely on my list. Yeah.
And I there's a guy that I'm thinking about taking, but I think he's just too easy of a pick, so I'm gonna leave him for you guys. A character that I don't think has had enough hype behind him, but I think will in the next wave of MCU as we go along. And one of the
I think I know it.
You know who I'm gonna pick, so
don't
spoil it.
I think I know it.
Yeah, it's Galactus.
yeah. I figured.
I just love the idea of a being that could be the size of a fucking planet.
Bigger
that is so cool to me. I can't even tell you what his powers are. I know he's got cosmic powers.
Yeah,
he can
just cosmic
means he can do all these things. Probably super strong. But and he's got a weird look, but it's kind of a cool look.
A wicked helmet that like just
it's like
goes
weird
and high.
What the hell's
like
the
chef's hat that just
goes
shoots
for
outside
Galactus? But
yeah,
like I really hope that in the future movies here they really explore Galactus and make him the Thanos of the next kind of movie generations. He's got a cool tie from my perspective where he could be pulled into the Avengers storylines, but the X-Men storyline and the Fantastic Four obviously storyline. So
with the Eternals movie, they could totally do that because they've already had like the giant beings,
Celestials,
cosmic beings, celestials, exactly. So he could totally fit in there.
I think the image of such a creature being so huge is just really, and I don't have. There's a lot of things to get into his reasons for doing the things he does. I mean, he's the type of being that sees him doesn't even really acknowledge that humanity or anything else exists because it doesn't matter because he's so beyond that, right? So anyways, I don't know if you guys had him on your list, if you would even
I sure did. Yeah.
But I'll take him
for sure.
I just didn't have him, so I was just like, he's not really looking to be evil, he's just hungry. Doesn't matter what's there or whatever.
You're right. He doesn't have the dichotomy like Magneto does, which is why I'm happy to get him both because he's got something else that I like. So cool.
I'm going to pick another one that I think it's just probably going to be a steal from a popular pick. Venom.
Okay.
I'm picking Venom. Just
him a villain.
He can be both again too, like you said. Like he's been both. He started off as a villain
on the line of Magneto. I think.
But he started off as a villain in the comics and in the shows.
The interesting thing is it also depends who is under that symbiote.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Like
fair enough. Yeah.
The guy who was Scorpion, he got the Venom symbiote at one point.
Max Gergen.
Yeah, Mac Gargan. He was just fucking.
Fuck! I almost got it right. I was almost gonna be that guy.
He was just brutal. He would just eat people for no reason, and he found like new uses for the symbiote. Like,
I didn't. Go ahead.
You didn't what? Sorry.
I didn't even know he was ever.
He was.
In him.
Like one time, like the SWAT team was coming to get him, right? And they're like, "Well, where's the symbiote? Where's the symbiote?" But he actually had like the symbiote like stretched out on the floor, and like all the guys stepped in it, and it just like sucked them all together, and he just like fucking became the symbiote and just started like killing them because they couldn't move. They were all tangled in the web of the symbiote. It was like that's.
I don't like that. That makes me think he's like a Scorpion sucks. I don't want to be Scorpion anymore. I want to be the Venom.
Well, like there's been multiple people who were Venom, right?
It's a great pick, Lou. Like I love Venom. I think John loves Venom. I didn't even have him on my list just because, for me, he is the most anti-hero villain that there is in the Marvel universe. So he's strayed too far to the hero side.
I don't know. I might have another one on my list that might be a little debatable too.
Like Magneto. Magneto's been an X-Man, right? So it's just like
fair enough. I'm not going that. All right, you know, it is a good pick. I guess I'm just.
I see it. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, like
he was. To be fair, I did pick Venom as one of my protagonists when we did this last time. So, but I also, if I was specific, I had to pick. I think Agent Venom as Flash
Anyways,
Thompson.
It's still good pick. Probably I'm just explaining why I didn't have him on my list. That's it.
Okay. No, I love Venom. I almost had Venom, but then I went with the guy that I actually like a little more than Venom, and I was like, I like the red symbiote a little bit more. He's just brutal and he's a serial killer is inside of him. Like he is controlling this freaking red
Woody
death.
Harrelson.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson ended up being him. But yes, Carnage obviously is who I'm going for. So I think he looks more brutal and more fierce. Whereas Venom is the bigger hulking one, like you would say. But
He's
Carnage, I think of as like exactly like more knives and slashing and stabbing, and just loves the brutality and loves to kill. So I that's gonna be my second pick is Carnage because he's just gruesome.
So educate me. Is he the same type of symbiote, like the same from the same thing? Like why is Venom one way and Carnage is the other?
He's the son of
he's the offspring of Venom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And technically, they get stronger as they go. So Carnage should be stronger than Venom.
Should technically, yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a great pick. Growing up, I loved Carnage. Like I was like, oh, this guy's so cool.
Yeah. So
Red.
that'd be my second pick.
I think Lou was gonna say something. Were you gonna?
no, I was gonna say like I'm just for me he loses like any character that's just like one of the basis of why they are the way they are is that they're crazy. I'm just like you give me more than that, right? Like Carnage is a crazy guy. That Cletus Cassie is just crazy. Joker is crazy.
There have been other versions of Carnage as well too. Like that Green Goblin was also one that had the symbiote. Yeah. He was the Red Goblin.
See, I'm going to tell you that actually right there is a reason that Venom and Carnage aren't. I love them, but they're not as high on my list because anybody could be them. It's not. Yeah. It's not the thing. It's. I don't love, but I don't like when there's multiple characters, multiple people playing the same character.
Yeah. Well, if you want, we can be specific to one version of it. That way you.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that's why I like him, but he just wasn't my pick at the start.
Mm-hmm. So. For sure.
So who's your turnaround pick?
Turnaround pick. I'm gonna go with definitely not like a big cosmic character. Definitely more ground level, but super strong. Juggernaut. Guys,
that's on my list.
Fuck you! Just yes. To do it.
Fuck you! The guy is unstoppable. He's like almost the size of the Hulk, almost like the strength of the Hulk, basically. And you're not. Once he gets going, you ain't stopping him. He's just a freaking train.
Such a mystique about him too. His backstory just has like,
and I love that the helmet. Like it's his cool look, also. Like, he's just this big brute of a guy. He's just
Thor all over again.
And he's related to Magneto.
But it sounds like
he's related to Professor X. Sorry, Professor X.
Then Magneto just crushes his helmet. He's dead. Who cares? Terrible pick. No, I mean, he's got my favorite look of all the villains. Such a cool look.
Yeah, I like Juggernaut's awesome.
Was he like your next one?
I was hoping John was going to pick him.
That's who I had on my list too. Yeah. I was hoping John was going to Macho Man and just hope that slides through all the way, but yeah. Great pick.
So I guess I'll take someone else who I think has another cool look, and maybe you guys didn't know about him, like back in the X-Men '97 cartoon days, but I think now definitely you guys got a taste for him. See what he's all about. No. I was gonna say Taskmaster.
Nice.
Okay.
I love Taskmaster. Like he is not like super powerful. There's nothing about him that's like he's not augmented strength wise or durability or anything like that. But he's a simple human who's got photographic reflexes. So he sees someone do something, he can do it just after one viewing. So he watches like videos of Captain America or Hawkeye, and he's like, I could fight just like you now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
he's a mimic.
He's a mimic in modern day and age because in the old days he had to use VHS. And you'd be like, shit, what did he do there? He had to rewind. And you go back. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what he did. Yeah,
that's literally part of his character. Like as a kid, he would watch like old westerns and the fast, like the what's not fast shooting, speed shooting, whatever. Yeah, and he would he learned to do that, and then he would kill people because he was just so fucking good because he knew all the things. But yeah. I liked him a lot, and even this MCU version, which I don't think is a good a portrayal, I think it's still cool. Like they made it threatening. That skull-like look of his face, just amazing.
He's cool. He is cool.
Totally. I love fighting him in Spider-Man in the video game.
In the video game,
It was always fun because
Yeah.
he was always like trying to copy your moves.
He's the
and stuff.
guy that you have to do the combat with, right? In the first one, where you're trying to like,
Yeah, you fought him like 4 or 5 different times, and every time it was like he almost had to change your maneuver. Or whatever.
He would change. He would improve. He would learn. They're adapting.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. Well, so I've with Magneto as that pick. I love the villains that have sort of they pull your heartstrings a little bit, right? They pull you to them. And this, by far, probably I don't want to say my favorite, but I love Doc Ock from Spider-Man. I love Doc Ock. He's so cool.
Really? Of all the Spider-Man villains, really? Okay.
Well, maybe most don't agree, but I love Doc Ock. He like the way he's portrayed, the way he or she has been portrayed, going to like topical
Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
Spider-Verse. When this is aired, it'll be like 5 months from when Spider-Verse came out. But yeah,
but like I don't know what it is. Something about the cool arms, the way he walks around on them, the way they're used, his intelligence, the fact that you know that it's not him, it's not the actual person, but it's who he is. I love that about Doc Ock. I know. Cool.
Spider-Man 2 is still to this day my favorite of the Marvel movies, and it's because of Doc Ock. He's still my favorite. And Spider-Man villain, absolutely. I love Doc Ock.
To be clear, I know you're a big Spider-Man fan. I didn't take Doc Ock because I'm like, oh, I'll take it from John. I just really
felt
like
that way.
It really did.
It didn't. It's not. I promise you.
He's like, I'm gonna take.
If I wanted to do that, I would have done it right off the
Doc
top.
I really don't want him, but I know John does. So yeah, I'll take the Doc Ock.
No,
I don't
like
even know his name, but I'll take him.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your favorite Doc Ock version of Doc Ock? Cartoon, live action, everything. Is it Spider-Man 2? Is it the Alfred Molina?
It probably is Alfred Molina. I just think he nailed it. I do like the cartoon, like the 90s cartoon.
You can't pick everything. You got to pick one.
I was gonna say, but in the 90s cartoon, they made him buff. Like he's got like muscles and stuff. He's not fat. I like the Alfred Molina.
He's got that bowl cut,
like me.
He's got the
he still has the bowl cut, but yeah.
Lou, do you have a favorite Doc Ock?
Actually, like I was gonna kind of point this out, but like in the comics, he actually ends up killing Peter Parker at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But he becomes the superior Spider-Man. He becomes a Spider-Man in his own right, and he's like murderous. He's Spider-Man, but Spider-Man kills now. And
that's actually one of the comics I bought, one of the runs I bought, because I want to read that story. It sounds awesome.
A lot of people say he was more effective than Spider-Man.
So I'm going to kind of jump on John's thing here a little bit, where you give a bunch of answers, but like I do appreciate in the Spider-Verse how they have her arms are like not metallic; they're kind of like liquid and everything like that. That's cool.
They're like tubes.
Yeah, but I'll still say, you guys know how huge of a fan I am of the Spider-Man games. I'll say I loved the Doc Ock in the original Spider-Man for PS4. They did such a good job of making him this meek guy with the balding head and everything like that.
When you first introduced him and you walk into the lab and you see the tentacles like just out there, like
but he's not like the buff guy. He's just like this,
working for Doc Ock. That's awesome. Yeah.
Lou shook his head. He probably hated that. Is that your least favorite?
The only thing I don't like about that is that we already are so familiar with Doc Ock, and once you see him, like you know exactly what to expect. Like, hey, he's not going to be good. We know by the end of it, he's not going to be a good guy. And it's just like,
But you know that about every single one of his villains. They're not being like, Electro's not a good guy. What?
So are we doing 5?
5, yeah.
Okay, so I've got my 4th here. I said them already, so I'll get them out of the way. In my Doc Ock theory, Omega Red from the
tentacles
and everything. Like, I'm a tentacle fan. I love that. Yeah. No, there's not too much about Omega Red.
He's on my list too.
Cool, what a cool look. Good villain for Wolverine, who a character I really like. I like his abilities that he just doesn't have the tentacles, but they drain energy from people, and cool character. I really like Omega Red. And honestly, growing up, one of my ideas of like if I were to build the perfect villain, I love the idea of combining Doc Ock and Omega Red together. So you just started
an Omega Ock
to tentacle porn.
Red Ock.
Yeah.
I like just add on what you said there about like there's not a whole lot on him, and it's like there isn't a whole lot on him, but everyone who's seen him just thinks like this guy's fucking awesome.
There should be.
They want more. Where's the Omega Red movie?
Yeah, we haven't seen enough of him. That's true.
I
He
mean,
hasn't been
here's
in
a
enough.
hope that when they do X-Men, they move it along. Here's hoping Omega Red. And really, if you want to feature Wolverine, there's a perfect tie-in right there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Totally. The next Deadpool movie.
So
Ooh.
I guess I'll take my fourth pick. You know what? I like him, and I don't think the movie did him justice. And I think you guys might not like him if you're familiar with that, but I still love him. I'm gonna go with Ultron. I like Ultron.
I love Ultron.
Yeah,
really
I
do.
do.
You're right, 100%. The movie did not do him justice, but
No,
I,
they fucked him up.
He is like the imposing threat of AI that humanity has.
they didn't fuck him up. I liked how they portrayed him. Like I liked the James Spader, like
I
this
thought
smart,
his
intelligent.
voice was good.
Yeah,
I didn't
That's-
like the comedy. Like, why is he making jokes?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
why is his mouth?
comedy didn't need to happen.
He
You're
didn't
right.
need to have a moving mouth either. Like have the
Yeah.
crackling of the cheeks or whatever that Ultron usually has. Yeah, I like that better.
Does
The comic
Ultron
version.
have powers outside of strength and the fact that he can make multiple versions of himself?
No, I mean, he
Because he
gave
gets what's that called the
ultimate nullifier. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know if he ever gets that. I don't
that
think
was his
so.
power. Essentially, in like the comics, was he had the versus the Fantastic Four was the ultimate nullifier, right? That was his thing.
I'm not familiar with that one. If that happened,
Oh,
But-
okay.
I remember.
I just know like it's kind of just replicating himself, taking over all systems and stuff like. But he's like
Always upgrading.
Yeah, always upgrading. He put like vibranium chassis on himself, so he's like basically indestructible and shit like that.
Can you control vibranium with Can Magneto?
Yeah, it's metal.
Oh yeah,
Ma-
you've seen it in the movies. He does.
It's not even metal. Like Magneto can control stuff that's got a positive or negative charge, really.
Well, that's
So-
why I took him too early,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
But yeah, like Ultron, and like I was saying, like you were saying about the movies, Country Boy said like you don't need the moving mouth, you could just have the crackling thing, and like Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, that's exactly what they did, and he was so intimidating. There's just no emotion, heartless, and everything he said was just it's computerized, a definite. This is how things will be. You will be eradicated. That's the end of it, and it's like that was intimidating.
That was actually my introduction to Ultron, was Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, this guy isn't really much of a threat. I thought he was kind of like a wiener. This fucking like this robot that thinks he's
Wiener?
gonna overpower them. But then they showed how he was able to like
Took down
build
the
himself
Hulk.
up.
He
make
took down the
himself-
Hulk.
Yeah.
Ultron the Wiener.
Well, honestly, he didn't seem very imposing. I wasn't impressed with him at the very beginning.
I
But
just
then
like-
they
I
built
like
up his character,
Wieners.
and I thought he was
Yeah.
awesome.
He was
Wiener's
just,
such a funny insult.
he was one of many, and then he becomes like the one that mattered. But
Yeah.
It's a great
Exactly.
pick. He was on my list. Maybe not for this, but yeah.
Okay, getting down to the nitty gritty. I got two more to go here. Well, I like Wolverine villains too, and you know I think Wolverine's ultimate villain would probably be Sabretooth. So I'm probably gonna pick Sabretooth. I mean,
Yeah.
he's basically like Wolverine. You know, he can regenerate his powers as well too, and he lives a long time, but he's a bigger version of him. And so yeah, another character that I don't think's quite been depicted quite the way you want from the comic books in the movies. Like I do sort of like the version from the first X-Men movie, and I do sort of like the version from X-Men Wolverine, whatever it's Origins. But
Lee Schreiber.
they weren't perfect. Yeah, Lee Schreiber, exactly.
Well, what is your favorite version? Mine, the cartoon version of Sabretooth?
It'd probably be the best version, yeah, the cartoon version. But yeah, I know some of the stories about him, like how he like would always torture Wolverine on his birthday
Yeah.
every year.
So they're
He would go-
brothers, step-brothers, half-brothers?
I don't think in the comics they are. I think that
they-
was just a made up thing in the
I'm not sure if
movies.
it's true, but his father, they say like slept with Wolverine's mom, but I don't know if it's true or he just tells him that to get under his skin.
Okay,
I don't know if
Okay.
it's true.
so that's my I guess my fourth pick. I love Wolverine. We all love Wolverine. I figured just like an evil version of Wolverine would be Sabretooth. So fully works. He's a great character, and yeah, he just really wants
wanna
to get under his skin.
I want to say, so far, of my people I had on my list, I've only got 2 left that haven't been picked. So let's see if I get there with you guys picking still.
Okay, I'm definitely iffy about my last pick. You definitely took Dr. Octopus from me, and yeah,
You had the first pick. You could take him right away.
I could have, but Doctor Doom was top on my list. He was the other Doctor that I had.
You prefer Doom over Ock? That shocks me.
I picked him because I know he's more powerful, and I figured you guys would appreciate that more. You know, I'll go with Mystique. I like Mystique.
I was really looking hard for a woman pick, to be perfectly honest. It was hard to be.
Yeah, I feel like I needed that female counterpart in my grouping here. So and she's just a great character too. Like she's another character that can be good or bad depending on the views, whatever her view is. If you're against her, then
she's a great complement to villains, right? Like for Magneto, she was a great complement for Magneto, right?
Exactly. She was definitely her right-hand man or right-hand woman. And she did the dirty work for him, basically.
Does she have any abilities other than the Krull?
The Krull?
Krull, is that the word? Oh, Skrulls. Sorry, Krull.
Shapeshifting.
Shapeshifting.
Like I'm just curious. You think Mystique? I love her, and I think it's a great pick. I'm just asking. You know, there's the Krull. Does she offer anything that Skrull don't? Sorry.
Well, no, she's actually lesser. Like, so she is visual only. Like, she can make Wolverine and have claws, but they're not actually metal. But like the Skrull could take on the abilities as well.
Okay, I changed my answer to the Super Skrull. No, I'm kidding. I'm sticking with Mystique. She's also got the intelligence too. She's a lot
There's
smarter.
There's a story part too. Like, don't get me wrong. There's that to it too.
There's the history of her character.
No, I think it's their pick, and yeah.
There's my fifth one.
Okay, you got a woman.
Yeah,
I did. Yeah.
Who could choose not to be a female?
It's not just a sausage party on my end here.
Nice. All right, Lou.
Jeez, I have like a couple. I don't know if like I want to go with someone who's just more fun, or someone that can just go with power and notoriety.
I say go with more fun.
That's what I was going to go with, more fun. Absorbing Man.
Oh
yeah.
Absorbing Man.
I
actually looked at Absorbing Man.
I always kind of liked him a little bit, and then Earth's Mightiest Heroes, they used him a few times in like interesting ways. They used him, and I was like, oh man, when you think about it, he's got some really fucking cool potential behind him of what he could do, right? And it's just, like he can meld into objects, or he can like take up their ability and just be a piece of stone, you know.
So my introduction to Marvel characters, just so you guys know, I always had the cards when I was a kid. For a long time, I collected the cards. I didn't even want to say collected. You know, my mom would buy me the cards, and I'd love looking at them, reading the stories. And I always loved Absorbing Man's because the picture of him, when Lou cuts this and puts it on there, I'm just kidding. He's holding a chain ball because he's like a prisoner in one hand, so he's half of him turning metal, and the other one he's touching a brick wall, so he's turning brick on the other half.
Oh yeah,
what a cool picture! One of my favorite cards, just for the visual side of it.
Well, I know
he was.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
Sorry.
You both said.
I was going to say, I watched the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he was briefly in that show, but they totally underutilized him. He was only in like 1 or 2 episodes, and they got rid of him pretty quickly. It's too bad because
he seems kind of
when they showed him, like when they had him in the episode, he was really awesome. He was a really cool character, but they just never really used him again, and it was totally underwhelming.
I was gonna say, for Craig, who hasn't seen Earth's Mightiest Heroes, there's just one moment that I thought was really fucking awesome, and it's like he's fighting Thor, right? And you know, Thor has his hammer, and he manages to like ambush Thor, right? And he touches Mjolnir, and he just gets the power of the metal and the lightning. He gets the lightning and everything, right? So it's just he starts beating the shit out of the Thor, and then Thor just stands there and takes it, right? And you're like, wow, that's actually really clever of him to take Thor's power. And then fucking Thor's like, well, the thing is, I control Mjolnir. I can summon him or whatever. And he just picks up Absorbing Man, throws him the fuck out of there with, you know, his summoning ability. But yeah.
I like that.
It's creative.
I do. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to pick him. Kind of shocked that none of us took Thanos. Really.
I thought that was too obvious. That's
you think
why I
we're
didn't take
saturated with him? Maybe that's the case. You know? And I'm also not clear on what Thanos' powers are, to be perfectly honest. I always thought he could shoot, like, abilities and everything like that, but, you know, maybe he's also too tied to the Infinity Gauntlet. But
Yeah.
love his look. I do like Thanos, but I think we all maybe would have taken him, but I think we're just saturated with Thanos.
That's what it is. Just
Yeah. So my last pick, and it's funny because I was about to shit a brick when John was talking. Super Skrull.
okay.
Love Super Skrull.
That's why you're asking about the Krulls. The Krulls.
Again, the Skrull. Going back to the card that I talk about, I always remember the Super Skrull card. He's got a Skrull face, but he's got Thing arm, Johnny Storm, Human Torch
body. Yeah, torso.
He's got Mr. Fantastic's arms stretching out, and I can't remember what they put on it for the invisibility, but
He's got an invisible wiener.
Yeah. Super Skrull, cool. I think we're gonna see him in the MCU soon.
Secret Wars are coming, so maybe we'll see it there.
Yeah. I think we're gonna either see Skrull, Super Skrull, or Galactus, and I could see them kind of doing the Super Skrull being maybe like a Thanos type, and Super Skrull being like the Loki type, and Galactus being the Thanos type. So, yeah, Super Skrull.
Okay, so we'll just go through real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
John had Doctor Doom, Carnage, Juggernaut, Sabretooth, Mystique.
Mm-hmm.
I had Mysterio, Venom, Taskmaster, Ultron, and Absorbing Man. And MussKeg had Magneto, Galactus, Doc Ock, Omega Red, and Thanos.
Or Super Skrull.
Yeah.
No, it was Super
He
Skrull.
disguised. He says, yeah.
I picked
Yeah,
Super Skrull.
he took Super Skrull.
Did
He didn't take Thanos.
Yeah, I picked Super
Yeah.
Skrull.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just am surprised nobody picked Thanos.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was just surprised when we picked
Okay,
Thanos.
then
Yeah.
Super Skull.
Oh, I thought you were joking when you said Thanos. I was like,
No, I thought you were you. Yeah.
No, he didn't have Thanos.
Man, I'm
what-
having a tough time between the two, actually.
Yeah, I'm too, actually.
Luke, can you give me your guys' just very quick one more time? I apologize.
So John had
I'll go first. I'll pick first.
John had Doctor Doom, Carnage,
We'll pick in reverse then.
Juggernaut, Sabretooth, Mystique,
Okay, yeah.
and then I had Mysterio, Venom, Taskmaster, Ultron, and Absorbing Man.
Very tough. I'm gonna go John. The Juggernaut pick really sways it for me specifically, but I liked a lot of yours. I like Venom, Mysterio, but the Juggernaut pick really swayed it for me.
Okay.
Uh,
Sam. Do we go in reverse? You gonna pick?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to go with John as well. So we already.
Oh, okay. So no
I
tiebreak.
just wanted to go with John's.
I don't need to pick between you two. I love you both. They were both amazing.
No, you still have to pick.
I just wanted to go with John's because I felt he had more underdogs. And Craig's got Magneto, Galactus, Omega Red, and I just feel like they're
I'm
all.
shocked that I had Omega Red and that didn't win it for me with you. But
I'm
that's
gonna-
okay.
I like them.
Because honestly,
and that's just tearing me up too.
I
I was like,
like my
Craig,
list most out of all. Of
I
them.
didn't like the Galactus pick. I was like, yeah, I know he's a big cosmic being. I was like, I don't like that. But he's got Doc Ock, so I'm like, oh, he pulled me back in with
And
that one.
Magneto.
And Magneto. I would have taken Magneto if it got back to me again too. But Lewis, I love the Taskmaster pick. That's like off the rack, not off the rack. It's a one I wouldn't have expected. It's a great pick. I love that. And the Absorbing Man. That's another one I wouldn't have expected. So I love those two picks. But I got to go with Doc Ock on this one. Sorry, it's Craig.
It's just one character. If I had that one
No,
guy.
and Magneto, and
Omega Red.
I know, and Omega Red. Yes, sorry, and Omega Red. Those were actually those.
Super Skrull.
Galactus was the weak one for me in his, and yeah, he had some stronger
I
ones.
had no. Okay, fuck.
It's funny. It's funny you guys say this. Everybody's gonna say this. I thought mine was like a fucking dominating win. I'm like, I'm Magneto, Galactus, Omega Red. I'm getting the main ones, the not main ones. But you know what?
Yeah.
Live and learn.
Yeah. Galactus wasn't one for me.
Galactus
But,
could
yeah.
kill any of the superheroes. Just
Well, he
so you know.
could, but
Super fun.
that's not what we're doing.
Galactus is the most powerful Marvel character in history.
No.
Definitely
Okay.
debatable.
So where can we find you guys at? Start with the guy in red.
Twitch, Twitter, PSN as MussKeg.
Okay. And I am the LewisLightning on Twitch, which just leaves
And I'm CountryBoy_9 on Twitch, Twitter, PSN, and on YouTube where I unbox guys like this. Look at this. I got a Doc Ock at the ready, guys.
You
That's
had that
I had to
prepared.
pick
You
it.
didn't take Doc
It's
Ock.
Aunt May.
Doc Ock and Aunt May,
I
guys.
just
We're
want-
opening this
You
up
should
on
change
my
yours to
channel.
me because of that. It should be me because John could have done that and he didn't. All right.
I didn't. I had this at the ready, and you guys didn't even know.
What a mess.
Doc Ock and Aunt May. Check out my channel.
Okay, so yeah, taking it with the OG villains here. We'll see you next time.
Grr. I'm Country Boy.
NHL
Fuck.
hockey
I don't know.